What's happening, everybody? I'm back. It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, and I am here with my review for Universal's The Hunt. And if you have not seen this movie yet, please come on back because there will be spoilers. I can stop this fake ass smile now. So, of course, The Hunt was a movie that was originally supposed to be released. Then, after a bunch of mass shootings and a lot of controversy behind it, it was pushed back. Then it finally was about to come out in theaters, and then the whole COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic happened. And so Universal released it straight to video on demand, and I got a chance to watch this. And what in the fuck? I heard that this movie was supposed to be a satirical play on everything, but this shit, as far as satirical goes, is terrible. Like, it uses every talking point that you've heard from liberals and conservatives, like from snowflakes to vegans to it's my Second Amendment right to these are crisis actors and all this crazy shit. The story is about but it's a Hunger Games-esque type thing where a group of liberals, they get a bunch of people together and they go hunt them, right? And there's one lady in particular. Her name's Crystal. The character's Crystal. And Crystal is the one they call Snowball. And she's the main one you see being a badass. Like, you see people getting murdered in the first 5 minutes. And this is what happens when, like, not the first 5, I say first 10 minutes or so. No, actually in the first 5, because the guy gets murdered on the airplane because he woke up too early and they jammed a fucking pin in his throat. They said he was going to put him back to sleep, so they jammed a pin in his throat. And it's literally every trope. I don't even know what you want to call them, tropes. It's every fucking thing we've seen on TV. Like, they call the president the rat fucker in charge in a text message thread. And I'm like, I get what you're doing. I get when you say it's good to hunt deplorables. I get it. But at the same fucking time, like, yo, I consider myself politically, I lean left. You know, that's my ideology and things like that. But I don't take that into consideration with this. Make this a good fucking movie, yo. Like, there was so many things about, oh, we need to have a black guy to be hunted. If not, this becomes very problematic. What? Or one girl is running in the beginning when they're getting shot at. And she runs and she falls in a ditch. And the character who looks, Ike Barinholtz's character, goes to seize her. And she falls on a bunch of spikes. And she was like, oh, it's going to be my birthday tomorrow. And he like, you going to be okay. Now, the spike has impaled the fuck out of her, right? So, oh, God. He pulls her up. Okay. Pulls her off the spike, which technically speaking, she should die immediately, right? Because the spike is actually keeping the blood in. So they get up and they start to run about 10 feet until Ike Barinholtz's character walks onto a fucking landmine. No, not Ike Barinholtz. Justin Hartley's character, I think it was Justin Hartley, picks her up and runs on a landmine. They both get blown up. Her body gets blown in half, and the half ends back up on a spike. And so Ike Barinholtz's character walks up to her with a gun, and she's like, just shoot me. And he's like, I'm not about to shoot you. She was like, give me the gun, you fucking snowflake. I was like, is this really necessary? This is necessary. And there's so many things. Like, there's a point where Betty Giplin's character and the other guy, Gary, they're on a fucking train. They run to a boxcar train, and they're trying to get away. And it's some illegals hidden in the train car. Of course there are illegal immigrants hidden in the train car, right? And what's the first thing Gary says? These are all crisis actors. Are you motherfucking serious with me right now? Like, I don't get it. I understand what you're trying to do in a sense, as far as break out the how ridiculous it is in a sense on all fronts, but to beat over the head with every single trope, I shouldn't even say trope, everything. It was ridiculous. Then there's a fight at the end because there's so much dumb death that happens because there's so much. Oh my God, it's just so stupid. There's Hilary Swank's character Athena, who goes up against Crystal, Betty Giblin's character, and they have a fight. Now, first of all, we need to discuss the fact they put on the worst fucking oversized wig on Hilary Swank. Like, the wig is too big for a fucking head. Like, look, I know I talked about it in my Tyler Perry's Fall from Grace review, but Jesus Christ, you could have did better with this one. During the fight, it's the worst shit ever. It's so slow, and it's a lot of shit where it's like, okay, somebody should be dead here. Somebody should be dead here. There are points where Crystal gets stabbed and like she should have bled out. But there's a thing, like I think it's a food processor blade. Hilary Swank's character sticks one into Crystal. And so Crystal pulls Hilary Swank's character into the blade too. And she says, I got you too. But from that alone, in the same spot, kills Hilary Swank. But Crystal makes it. So what they were, I don't get it. I don't understand. I think the thing that they were trying to do is the whole, they're chasing the deplorables, but the deplorables come out, the deplorable comes out on top. I don't fucking know. Why is this a movie? Why was this even released? Why is it that Universal is charging people $20 to see this on video on demand? What was... It was co-written by Damon Lindelof, and if you don't understand why that name sounds like it hurts, because he was the showrunner for Watchmen on HBO, and that was amazing. How hot were you? How much drugs did you? I just don't get it. You know, I understand we want to make movies that reflect the time and the day and age we're in, whether it be the actual situations of geographical standpoints, and also political standpoints. But I understand that. I get that. Life imitates art. Art imitates life. But also, do you have to beat it over the goddamn head? I didn't go into this movie thinking it was going to be amazing. I didn't. I just was like, I want to see what all the hype is about. I want to see what all the fuss is about. Why do people say, oh, this movie is just wrong? It's the Hunger Games. It's basically the Hunger Games. It's the Hunger Games. It's surviving the game. It's any movie where people are being hunted. It's any film. There's nothing unique about that. But in this situation, we use liberal elites, which is consistently said throughout the movie, and maybe one person is considerably an elite, and she doesn't even look like an elite because she has a regular job that she gets fired from. And that's Hilary Swank's character. But yet, all this happens. All of this happens. If I had to get this movie a rating on a scale of 1 to 5, which I really don't want to give, I give this movie a -0.5. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It was one of those movies that I watched and I was like, how am I going to formulate an opinion and say what I thought about it on camera to people that'll make them say, oh, well, Jay got a point, or Jay is just out here just hating on the movie. No, Jay watched this movie all the way from beginning to end. And I see that it is just wow. It's just wow. So you can go ahead and check it out if you want to. Again, drop the $20. Again, most movie studios are now going to do video on demand until the whole pandemic passes, so they can recoup some of their production costs. You know, they're not going to get that theater box office money, so they're going to make it easier. Fair. But, man, if you're going to make movies and charge people like that, please make sure it's a movie worth seeing. Now, again, I know what you're saying. Well, Jay, you watched it. And yes, movies that have a controversial theme will always generate viewers. It will always garner interest. That's what happened with this. And once you see it, you're like, what? Huh? But that's what it is, man. Listen, I want to know what you thought about this movie if you saw it in the comments below. So like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell so you can find out when I'm dropping new videos. I got a whole bunch of free fucking time now, as does everybody with the self-quarantine. So more videos are going to come out frequently, all right? Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington. It's spelled right there, so you should know how to spell it, and you really should know how to spell Washington. Make sure you're joining my Patreon, the Supervillain Squad, patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. Check out the Mad Titan podcast. The podcast? Wow. Check out the Mad Titan podcast so I get you caught up on everything that's happening in the Marvel and DC live action and cinematic universes. It is barbershop talk for nerds, so come on in the convo and check out Blurs in the Hood with myself and Winston A. Marshall. We do our live show every Tuesday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. on the East Coast, man. We cover pop culture, entertainment, politics, sports, and a whole lot of crazy shit, nerddom as well. So you want to come rock with us. I'll holler at you guys later. Take care. I'm out of here. Bye.